Greetings, my friends. I'm Andrea, and welcome to this weekly update about Bitcoin. Before I start, I would like to say that all my updates are on the UTC time zone. So please be sure to take this into account. This is the way I consider the days, and it is important. Otherwise, it will be difficult to keep track with this. And I would like to start with this consideration that we are in a very important week. It's January 13th, January 19th, just before the big inauguration day in the US. And we expect a high impact on Bitcoin for the day. Therefore, what happens this week will be very telling in terms of expectation for the next. Without further ado, I would like to go into it, to dive into the global astrology, and then we will go into details with members for Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, and the gold and silver index XAU. And as you are used to, I will also give a bit of detail on Bitcoin, at least bits and pieces, so be sure to stay until the end. Let's start. First of all, on Monday, January 13th, we do have a global astrological event, which is something we look forward to because finally we get something that is strong and positive. It's a Sun trine Uranus. And this is volatility, of course, as well, but it can really bring a high evolution of prices that would be quite up, and it will happen fast. This is what we expect. Now the question is how fast it will happen, if it will happen on the beginning of the week, really on Monday, or it will be delayed towards Tuesday. And this is because we still have some energy that is pretty negative from the weekend. So the question is if we get this manifested in the weekend, then we can say, okay, maybe we got rid of it. But if not, and we don't have enough transaction volume, then we can see these, corrections on Monday still. But the tone of the week is in general positive. Monday should be quite a good development, and it will instill volatility, and this is basically good news. It could be associated with some rumors regarding regulations, or maybe good forecasts from analysts. Something like that can really push the prices upward. Then on Tuesday, so it would be the 14th of January, we do have a Venus-Jupiter square, and this is not the best. It will put brakes on prices again. So it's like a point of tension, and Jupiter is about optimism, which is not really there with this square with Venus that is about currency and cryptocurrency. Jupiter is linked to regulation as well, but it could be in general the fact that there is some fear or caution, some kind of rumors in the market again that would really slow the pace of evolution down. Just be aware of that. And the 15th of January is a more quiet day that I would say it would have the flavor of the previous day, due to the fact that we have the Venus-Jupiter square, which is not a only one day aspect, but it's rather a long-term one that shapes this. On the positive side, it is also a point of adjusting expectations and having a more solid foundation for growth. That would be also a positive way to really see it. So if we think about the fact that we wait for good news in the future and so on, we hope this will not have such a drastic influence on prices at this time. Thursday, January 16th, caution advised on this day because in the global astrology we do have a Sun-Mars opposition. And as we could see also last week with Mars out of bounds and retrograde, at the moment we might get big price swings that are not to be neglected. So be very, very cautious, especially if you day trade, have stop losses accordingly. It will be a challenging day, most likely. Then on Friday, again, good news. We see one day is good, one day is bad, unfortunately. Maybe it's also this climate of instability just before the inauguration. This could also be the culprit for the instability in the markets at the moment, at least. But yes, Friday happens with a positive aspect between the Sun and Neptune, which is in the global astrology, so it will affect all markets, and this is about the Sun, which is again regulation. It's about law enforcement. It's a general direction for the market that is really approved, and it is optimistic with good expectations, which is Neptune. Of course, they might be a bit overblown and unrealistic, but overall it is a good influence after the turbulence from the past days. Then we can say that on Saturday we get a bit of relief with no new astrological influence. Most likely the climate of Friday will stay alive during the weekend, depending also on the transaction volume that we will experience. And Sunday is the big day because as we know, yes, it's a weekend, but we have plenty of astrology that is supportive with one that is a bit of a question mark, I would say, and this is about the conjunction between Saturn and Venus in the sky that shows some restriction or regulation and some monetary policy revision for the future, because Venus is currency, can be cryptocurrency as well, as we know, and Saturn will be about law enforcement. So there is some framework, some legislative framework really coming into place, and this is a long-term aspect that can influence for months to come. Just be aware of that. Then we do have in the global astrology good aspects with Mercury and Venus, which is very good news due to the fact that this will influence the next week and especially the next day with the inauguration. And as promised, a bit of detail about Bitcoin. We do have on this day the chart powerfully triggered with the Sun-Jupiter conjunction, which is very good and positive for expansion. It is a bright green, so it's a very good influence for Bitcoin at this stage, which is very promising for the next week and for the inauguration day. So I hope I can give you some hope here with a positive note going into the next week, and I want to thank you as always for your attention, for liking and subscribing, and until next time, be joyful. See you.